A deep dive into Kristin Hannah's The Women. Exploring Kristin Hannah's The Women, a deep dive into her new historical novel. Kristin Hannah is back with a powerful new historical novel, The Women, a deeply moving and unflinching look at the Vietnam War through the eyes of a female army nurse. But how does it compare to the Nightingale and the Four Winds? Does Hannah's signature emotional storytelling hold up? Let's break it all down, plot, characters, strengths and flaws, and stay with me until the end for some fascinating facts about the real women who inspired this story. Released in February 2024, The Women sheds light on a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of American history, the role of women in the Vietnam War. While many stories focus on male soldiers, Hannah shifts the perspective, telling the story of the nurses who fought their own battles. The novel follows Frankie McGrath, a privileged young woman who defies societal expectations by joining the Army Nurse Corps. But the realities of war and the homecoming are far harsher than she ever imagined. Frankie McGrath is a 20-year-old from Coronado, California, growing up in the shadow of her older brother, Finley, the family's golden boy. When he leaves for Vietnam, he is celebrated. But when Frankie announces she wants to serve, the reaction is very different. Women don't go to war, her father says, but Frankie is determined to prove them wrong. Arriving in Vietnam, she's thrown into a brutal world. Overcrowded field hospitals, few doctors, impossible choices. Saving one soldier means letting another die. Her only lifelines: two fellow nurses, Ethel, the tough, no-nonsense veteran, and Barb, a young woman struggling to hold on to hope. But the real battle begins when she returns home. No heroes welcome, no gratitude, just silence. America wants to forget Vietnam, and that includes its nurses. With no support, Frankie spirals into isolate Barb Taylor, the sweet, optimistic friend. But Vietnam spares no one. Her story is one of the most heartbreaking. Ion trying to survive a war that refuses to leave her. Kristin Hannah is a master at crafting emotionally rich, deeply human characters. Here are the key ones. Frankie McGrath. From naive to hardened by war, her transformation is the heart of the novel. Surviving war is one thing, surviving home is another. Ethel E.T. Adams. Tough, sarcastic, a chain smoker with zero patience for nonsense. She's Frankie's guide to survival, hiding a big heart beneath her hardened exterior. Rye Walsh, the charismatic helicopter pilot who steals Frankie's heart. But can love survive war? This novel stands out for three key reasons. A rarely explored perspective. War stories about women are rare, and Hannah fills a crucial gap in historical fiction. Raw emotional honesty. From the chaos of an ER under mortar fire to the deafening silence of an empty apartment post-war, every emotion is deeply human. A brutally realistic homecoming. The novel explores PTSD, addiction, and the rejection of Vietnam veterans with depth and respect, forcing readers to confront uncomfortable truths. So is The Women worth reading? Absolutely. This is not just a war novel, it's a story about identity, loss, and being erased from history. If you love character-driven, emotionally charged stories, The Women is a must-read. One of the most powerful historical novels of the year. Some pacing issues in the second half, but an unforgettable read nonetheless. Did you know that over 10,000 American women served in Vietnam? And yet, their contributions were largely unrecognized for decades. Now it's your turn. Have you read The Women? How does it compare to Hannah's other novels? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.